previous intro to any show on the net, I introduced to you Robin. I introduced to you Rich. How are you guys? You look $1 million.
It's great to be introduced.
That's right. Isn't it? We got a big announcement happening at 7:30. We'll keep that until 7:30. How are you guys?
I bet it's going to be really groovy.
It's going to be a very groovy announcement.
Now listen, I just got to say something.
Notice?
For everybody who watched last week, watch this. Now I want you to watch. Do you see that? I want you to watch carefully their faces. Are you watching? Look at that. There's Grandpa. There's Tisha. And the one on the end was a girl, right? But we just took her head off and put her there.
Is that her name? Marilyn Munster.
Yeah, that's right. But tell me, what I want everybody to do, and have another look, because I want to make sure now, they're looking at our faces. Stand still, Rich, like the Thunderbirds. Stay there. So they can compare now. Just wait.
There you go.
Right, now what I want you to do is, I want everybody that's watching this fantastic show to write, do I look like Grandpa or Robert De Niro? Please write that down on a text. Does Robin look like, you know who, Morticia Adams, Michael Jackson, or the Flying Nun? You have your choice. And we've got a young Rich there. Now I want to know, does he actually look like, Rich that is, does he look like Tracy from the Thunderbirds, or does he look like a young Peter Tork?
Inquiring minds want to know.
We all want to know. So if you can text that in, that'll be fantastic. What do you reckon I'm going to get? You reckon they're going to go with Grandpa? I think they're going to go for Grandpa. What do you reckon?
For Grandpa and De Niro. That's what
I think Grandpa, Morticia, and
Marilyn.
What do you say? Just Rich on the edge.
That's Lillian. That's Lillian.
All right, what news we got? We're waiting for a special guest, aren't we, Rich?
A special guest is going to be here any second.
And when they come, I'll bring them straight on. What else has been happening this week? What's been happening in your life, Robin?
I have just been flat out busy working. You know, it is what it is. But
that's what happens when you're a superstar. What about you, Rich? You've been drumming?
I've been drumming. I've been playing to nobody, playing in my house.
Hey, listen, I've got to tell you, I saw both Melbourne concerts. Have you played in Melbourne? I saw both Melbourne concerts. Yes. I saw the one where you did you and Mickey and Peter, and then I also did the Mickey and Mike. How great's that?
It was really great. It was a lot of fun. Hey,
how many striped suits have you got?
Who?
How many striped suits have you got?
How many striped suits have I got? Just the one. I have just the one Beetlejuice jacket. And I was cleaning up.
That's the one you use when you're performing. That's the white one, with red stripes, is it?
It's black and white stripes.
Okay, thank you. All right, Robin, take over.
Wait, did you wear your striped jacket when you were down under? And that brings up another point. I've always wanted to know this. We call it down under, right? Does that mean we're up above?
No, that means I'm right side up.
I just want to know. I just need to know where I am.
No, right. I can only tell you this, Robin. You're in superstar land right now, isn't she, Rich?
Oh,
I think she is.
And I actually reckon, out of the three of us, the one with the most potential as a celebrity will be an overnight success after this show. Will be Robin. Do you agree, Rich? Yeah,
I agree. I think so. I think Robin.
And I actually reckon the way it's going now, we're going to organise a Facebook page. This is true, Rich. We're going to upload the 2 shows. We're going to put pictures of ourselves because people love us. And I think the big superstar will be Robin. Now, listen, you know that song by ABBA, Dancing Queen?
Yes.
Yes.
You know which part I like out of that song? The only part I like is when they go, oh, yeah. Dance Queen. Oh, yeah. Play the song and listen to that part. And you'll be going around the house going, oh, yeah.
Is that what I have to do from now on?
No, but I'm saying, you've got to adapt to this new lifestyle. Doesn't she, Rich?
So what does this new lifestyle entail exactly?
It entails you looking after yourself. You're looking good. You're looking fresh. And you're living for your audience. Your audience now are over 10. Right, Rich, aren't they?
They think she's a 10. Is that what you said?
No. She's got 10 fans. We got to get the 10.
We got 10 fans? Wow. We're working them
She's
in.
got 10. I watched the next
10. You know,
every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, Rob.
Right.
Yeah, but I reckon after this show, we're going to get it from 10 to 50. You agree, Rich? Hang on. We got someone texting us straight away. This is what I like. Let's get these texts happening. Right. Nathan Liu. Hello, guys. Have a great show from Mr. Shampoo. Love from Canada.
Hi, Mr. Shampoo. Mr. Shampoo.
Yeah, he does a show with me called, we got a new game show. I have to tell you guys. We got a new game show. It's a music game show. And we want you guys to come on. It's crazy. 15 questions, right? Hang on.
Is it like Cash Cab, but Australian?
No, 5,000 questions, and you compete against 3 people. So it'd be you, Rich, and someone else. I'll just test you. Let's see how you go. You ready?
I won't know any.
Go ahead. What are the questions about?
Here's some questions. Let's see how you go before your guests come on.
Should I like try to buzz like this?
No, there's no buzz. You have to yell out the answer.
Okay.
The rest of the show.
Right now, and if you yell out at the same time, you get a point each. It's only a 15 points, all right? Let's see how you go. Okay. We Are Family was recorded by Sister
Sledge.
Yes, Robert's in front. Right. Rubber Bullets was a hit for 10.
CC.
Yes, 1-1.
I guessed it that one. I didn't even know it.
Bobby V.
Bobby V.
Sang a song called Take Good Care
of My Baby.
See, that you get a point each now. So now you're 2-2. You got it? Yeah.
I like to share. You can have half of that.
No, it's a point each because I adjudicate. I give the points out. I'm not deducting now.
Okay.
YMCA and in the Navy were hits for
Village People.
Oh, yeah, she's winning. Right, money. Now,
wait, who is the musician and who has no musical talent whatsoever?
Can I say yes on both counts?
All right, let's continue on now. Let's see how we go. Los Bravos recorded the song Black.
Magic.
No. Now, see, now what happens is you lost and Rich wins because you got the wrong answer. It's actually Black is Black. That's how it works. You lost.
My baby back. Yeah.
So you just got a point for nothing. Now, listen. Me and Bobby McGee was a hit for which female artist?
Oh,
Janis Joplin.
Yes, there you go. Well done.
Yeah.
Whiskey in a Jar was a hit song for a band called Thin. Thin, what's the second word?
I'm afraid to guess because you're going to take points from me.
Thin Lizzy. Haven't you heard of Thin Lizzy?
Yes, but I was afraid to say it.
No, you have to say it. Otherwise you don't get the point.
Thin Lizzy. I thought you said thing with a G.
I said thin, not thing. Thing is on the Addams Family. So,
yeah. He's stuck in the Addams Family. Thing.
No, he's stuck there. Now listen. Hello, I'm back again. Was recorded by
Gary Glitter.
Yes, well done. That's the man. Right.
Good, Rich. I'm impressed.
Well, you know.
Right, this is a good question, Rich. I'm sure you'll know it. Okay. Keith Moon, what instrument did he play? What was he?
Drums.
Yeah, and he was?
He was?
A drummer.
A musician. I should get something.
Crazy.
All right, get this one. You ready again, Robin?
Yes.
Squeeze sang about a song, Cool for?
I didn't hear what you said.
Okay, Squeeze. It's a UK band.
Oh, Squeeze. I just didn't get the
Squeeze. They sang a song called Cool for?
Oh.
Four.
All four.
One word. And it's an animal. Starts with C. It's a pet.
Cat.
Yes.
Yes.
He got it. He got it. I remember, and I know that song. That's not. I'm getting older. I'm older than Rich.
Okay, we got a guest coming on, Rich. Rich, a guest.
Because I was just going to check my phone to see where she was.
Your guest is here.
Oh, we got it. It's a she. We got it.
Oh.
He's like, who the hell is that?
Hello, Coco.
My hat just fell down.
Hi.
She's got more hair than she's got more hair.
Coco, so glad to have you on the show. Plastic EP here from Melbourne, Australia.
You're in Melbourne. How is Melbourne?
And let me tell you, I saw both your concerts, and you and Cirque are the best backup singers in the world, all right? I'm saying it now. The best backup singers in the world. Anybody's got a problem with that, please text me. Okay? I saw the shows, and it's the best backup singers in the world, including Rich. He's one of the best drummers for the Monkeys. You agree, Coco?
Oh, I'm having a hard time with my camera here. One moment, please. Technical things here. Okay, I'll just hold it.
Okay, we understand.
Hi, Rich. Hi,
Hi,
Robin.
Coco. How are you?
So nice to
I'm
see
better
you.
today. It was 100. It was 46 Celsius yesterday.
That's
You
crazy.
got some Celsius in Australia, right? Or do you do Fahrenheit?
Plastic, did you hear her?
No, it's very cold here. We're going into spring. Coco, can I ask you a question?
Please do.
Okay. Now, I know you and Mickey growing up were singing all the time together, and that's why your harmonies blend. And as Rich said, it's like two Mickeys. And I've seen photos of you.
Excuse me. It's like two Cocos.
That's
Okay,
right.
two Cocos, sorry.
It's too
Sorry,
Coco.
I don't want Mickey to turn up.
CO2. Co to the squared. Squared co.
Coco,
Yeah.
I'll just get you to come a little bit closer so we can hear. Just come in, that's it.
I'm sorry.
Now, I just want to say, I've seen photos of you and Mickey in the recording studio, and you guys look fantastic back there in the 60s. And what a buzz that must have been, singing from children, doing songs. It's amazing, isn't it, your voices?
Well, they call it blood harmony, right, Rich? Well, I think we heard that expression someplace that, I guess, physiologically we're the same. It's like the Everly Brothers or the Jacksons or the whoever else I can't think of. But yeah, I guess we're all built the same. So air comes through, and we sounded actually a lot more like each other when we were younger.
You know that song, is it Midnight Train, that you both sing?
I'm sorry?
Do you sing the song Midnight Train with Mickey?
Yes.
I've heard it so many times. It's just fantastic. I just want to tell you that.
Coco, what's your favorite song to sing? Your favorite?
A monkey song?
Not necessarily. Your favorite song.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's not fair. There's so many. First one that comes to my mind, strangely enough, is Being Green, Joe Raposo. Kermit the Frog sang.
Not easy being green.
It's not easy. Being
Oh, yeah.
that, as far as kind of a fun song with a message. Something else, it would be, I don't know, I'll get back to you. I really have to think about that, Robin.
What is your favorite Monkees song then? Since you asked anyway. Curious, because I know that Plastics fans enjoy that. So what's your favorite of those songs? Either to sing or your favorite to listen to, either or.
Yeah, I really liked Giant Step and some of the stuff that Michael sang. He didn't necessarily write them. Who wrote that country?
Giant Step, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I think it's Goffin and King. I think it's Goffin and King.
What am I doing hanging around?
Yeah, I love that too. You know who wrote that?
Michael Martin Murphy.
Wrote that or not, or if it's Michael
Murphy, that's right.
Michael Martin Murphy.
Yeah, that's fun to do. What am I doing hanging around? I love it.
I love it. Now, Coco, I've got to ask you something. Let's talk about Australia quickly. How great is the food in Australia? How great is the lifestyle?
Oh my God. I was amazed at the cuisine down there. Seriously. It was so strange. It was like a mix of, I don't know, but a lot of Asian influence, but then you could go somewhere and get, like fast food or something, but there was such a variety, and it was so amazing. Yeah, it was lobster. Did you have someone when we were down there, Rich?
I think I did. I don't remember. I don't remember what I eat. I'm not a foodie.
We'd have to ask Wayne. Wayne Avers, our MC. He'd say, "You had the lobster. It was $4.29. It was 7 o'clock at night on a Wednesday."
That's great. I don't have a memory anymore, so I admire people who can remember things like that. I really do.
Like what?
I admire people who can remember even details. I can't remember what I ate this morning. So kudos to Wayne.
Sorry, what did you say? Never mind.
Exactly. I get it.
Oh, that's another song that I really like. I heard a parody of Memories from Cat. No, Memories.
Yeah.
Midnight, right? Mm-hmm. And I heard a parody of it, and it's about losing your mind and your memory and getting old, and that's hysterical. I love doing that song, but you've probably never heard it, so
I'm gonna have to look that one up for sure. Yeah. I love that.
So what do you do?
I got to say something, Coco. What does Mickey like eating? What's his favorite food?
Raw oysters, probably.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. God, I don't know. He's become quite a chef himself right now. He does like his barbecue. So, does like Barbie. We go to towns, and Mike and Mickey, especially, right? Not
yes.
Peter, of course, would be, where's the best barbecue in town?
What are you doing in quarantine, Coco? You picked up any new hobbies?
Not really. I've been working too. I have a day gig, but I just moved about a month ago, so I'm still in boxes trying to find my, baskets or something. So I actually I haven't been doing much art, playing in the garden and planting things, and I'm doing a little bit of writing.
Sounds great.
Doing, Robin, and
I am a 7th grade teacher, and I am teaching remotely. And today was our first day, and no one could get the questions answered. So today I have been on email and Zoom pretty much all day. Yeah.
Wow, a whole new paradigm teaching like that, huh?
It certainly is something. Yes. So that's probably taking up a lot of time, but Plastic has other plans for me, so we'll see.
Now, Plastic, what do you do when you're not doing these really cool webinars?
Rich, I think that was for you.
That was
no,
for you.
No, for Plastic.
Oh, for Plastic.
Sorry, I just need you to come in a little bit more, Coco, on the screen. That's it. Now it's clear.
What do you do when you're not doing this?
When I'm not doing this, my wife's chasing me around the house with a piece of wood.
Oh, good. That takes up part of the day.
I'm speechless. I have nothing.
You know what happened, Coco? Let me tell you a story. I've got the kind of marriage where my wife gives me 1/5 of the information. For example, you've heard that song "Looking for Clues" by Robert Palmer? You know the song "Looking for Clues"? That's my marriage. I'll ask my wife, where are the nuts in the kitchen? She'll go, in the kitchen. Well, I know that, but where in the kitchen? And her answer will be, in the cupboard. And then I'll go in the kitchen, look on the wall, and there's 20 cupboards. Now we're playing, pick the cupboard where the nuts is. So after I open up 19 of them, there's the nuts.
Is it cupboard number 1 or cupboard number 2? What?
No, that's right. It's pick the cupboard. And you know the other great thing she does? Let me tell you. I clutter in my house, and she declutters. And what she loves doing is getting my stuff, putting it out in the street, and people picking it up. And I don't know where it's from.
I like this woman.
Now, wait a minute. Let me give you the other example that you'll love, Coco. I'm upstairs looking out the window, and I go to my wife, come here. I said, do you see that chair near the tree on the street? I go, I've got one of those. Let me go get that, and I'll get the magic set. She turns around and goes, you idiot, that's your chair.
I can relate to this woman. I like that.
I like her too.
Yes, I should call her in here. I should call her in here to say hello.
You must watch, who is it? Marie Kondo.
Yes. Yes. I want to be like that, but I haven't figured it out yet.
I've done it a couple of times, actually, during solitary confinement here. You know, it's like I'll open a drawer and I'll go, oh, no, 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 no. You know that one drawer in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one of those drawers. And it's like a series of just I don't know what. And so I've been almost like spring cleaning, but it's coming into fall. So
it just doesn't last. It seems like I do it. I move to another area of the house, and then by the time I get back around, that other area is messy again. I can't sustain it.
Baskets, and think of kindergarten. We put.
I also got to say, my clothes go missing. They go from one cupboard to another cupboard, and I don't know the cupboard. And then what happened is, let me tell you, I've been to the US 3 times. So I've got like 10 favorite T-shirts. Guess what? They all went missing. So I went down to the laundry one day and opened up the cupboard, and that's where we keep the cleaning rags. You know, when you're cleaning, you use these rags. There's my 10 brand new T-shirts used as cleaning rags, and I'm pulling them out and going to my wife, these are my favorite T-shirts. I've been looking for them for the last 3 years. Is this where you put them? I just love it. She's great.
Rags. That's funny. Where did you go in America? Where did you come?
I got to tell you, the first time we went to Los Angeles, we did the film clip, Hey Bananas, We Think You're Groovy, and I'm wearing the suit. And let me, I want to let you in on a secret. No one knows, but at 7:30, I'm going to make the announcement. This is my 200th show within 4 months.
Wow.
Well done.
A lot of shows.
And we got some surprise guests coming, and we don't want you to leave, Coco. All right? You'll be surprised who's turning up.
Okay.
But this show is about you. That's why let's concentrate on Coco.
Do what?
We're all going to
concentrate on Coco.
I can't understand you.
We're concentrating on you, Coco. It's the Coco show.
That's it.
So
I'm going to blow you up with my mind. All right. So other than that, I've been watching television shows. I watched The Travelers again from Canada. It's a sci-fi thing. And I've been watching another thing called Perception, which is an old show. I always find them after like 5 years they were on. They're already gone, and then I go and find them. So I've been watching some of the stuff. I'm doing a lot of reading too. I'm in the middle of a book about missing dressmakers in the 1800s in San Francisco.
They're missing?
Well, it's this journalist who wants to write a novel, and she was trying to write this novel about something, and it wasn't turning her on anymore. And then she's researching something and comes upon a newspaper article that says there were 2 dressmakers in San Francisco, where she is, that went missing, and they never found them. And so she's now on the trail of figuring out what happened to them. It's interesting because I'm doing some writing too, and I found an old story of my grandmother. My grandmother was an unpublished writer. But anyway, I found a huge book of hers that she had written, and all this research material and everything. And so I've been going through it and wordsmithing it and adding some stuff. And so we'll see where it goes. But
that's great.
It's kind of fun.
That's like a history. Is it more story? Is it like memoir type? Is it stories about her and her life, or is it more?
I think it's a fictitious thing, but it's also takes place in Virginia, and I don't know if she's intertwined anything in there of people that characters that she knew, because I realize that as I'm writing it, I just may stick in some characters that are going to probably based on Rich Dart, for instance, so we need a little comedy in it, so we'll have the nerdy next door neighbor come over. Anyway,
thanks.
So it's kind of fun.
I hope that Rich is not the nerdy next door neighbor, right? That's not Rich.
He's kind of nerdy, but he's
no.
I love him beyond words.
Coco, I've got to show you something. You ready for this? I want to show you something. Look at this. You see that? Have a look at the faces. Do you see it?
Yes, I do.
Now have a closer look, please.
Nice.
Yeah. Rich is the girl at the end.
I'm Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Yeah, you missed some interesting conversation last week about who everyone looked like. And
Well, do you know who Robin looks like?
The doctor.
Do you know who Robin looks like?
Who?
The flight
Sally
nun.
Fields? My brother looks like Sally Fields.
No, Robin.
Oh, Robin.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah. Rob, where
Can you do a Sally Field picture with Mickey's face in it?
Sorry, Coco. I apologize if you thought that was you.
No, that was Sally Fields, and I don't look like her.
No, that was for Robin.
Yes, it
Because
does. Look
we
like
know this is true. I can see a little bit of Michael Jackson in Robin's face.
just this part right here.
I'm going for plastic surgery when this is all over. I just have to wait till the doctors are freed up.
Okay, then.
Yeah. With that, I think I might have to, right? I might have to do a little fixing with that in mind.
Robin, where do you live?
I live in Connecticut.
You're in Connecticut.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Dart and you, and I'm out here. Oh, gee. Hold on just a second.
That's all right. No worries.
Hi.
You
No,
never
not
know
yet,
what's
but I'm
gonna happen
doing
on a live show.
FaceTime thing with a guy from Australia and Rich Dart and Robin, who used to work for Peter. So I'm right in the middle of this interview thing. Are you going to come over? All right. Well, I'm in the middle of this thing. So
This thing.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of this thing.
We don't know what it
a
is.
girlfriend of mine.
We don't know.
That's okay. Coco, can I say, you know, you're using a telephone, aren't you? Like a mobile phone?
Yeah.
If you turn it sideways, you'll get all the view.
Oh, I know it's an iPad.
Yeah, let's see what that does.
Oh,
There you go.
How's that? How's that?
I like that
Wow, this
room.
goddamn technology is just something else, ain't it? But I'm froze right now, so.
I like the room. Is that a fireplace behind you? I like it.
Yeah, it is. There's a history. I'm going to do some history on this place. I live in a cabin, basically. It was a cabin up in the hills here in Chatsworth. And that fireplace is, I think they said, was built in like the 30s or something. And the place itself is all knotty pine. So I'm not putting anything on the walls because who puts nails in knotty pine? Not me.
No, I wouldn't.
So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. But I want to do, I want to look up the history of this house. Again, historical stuff, you know, it's like who was looking out this window, you know, 40 years ago. And what did they see? And we have live peacocks running around.
Wow.
Ooh, that's awesome.
We have peacock. If I knew how to show you pictures, I would, but I don't know how. And of course, rabbits and squirrels and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really kind of just hunkered up here, you know. I have big boulders and mountains outside the window, and it's making me very pensive. And I guess that's why the writing and stuff.
Looks like a great place for that. Do your peacocks have names? Do you name peacocks? Is that a thing?
I don't. They're not mine. They're wild.
Oh.
They're just around. They're just, no, I don't have them as pets. They're just around. And in the morning you hear them and they screech like crazy. It's horrid.
Wow.
Horrid sound.
Do you have like woods in the back?
No,
Do you have like a wood area?
It sounds like a baby crying. It really does. It's horrible. But
You should try to record them sometime.
Huh?
You should try to record them, make them on video or something.
I will do that, Rich. I will run right out there and record them as
Yep,
soon as
do
I
that. Do you have woods in the back of your house? Do you have like a wooded area in the back of your house? Like woods?
Wood? Oh no. It's all high rock. I'm on a cliff, and it's
Okay.
literally rocks and sandy kind of soil and this and that. Oh, there's definitely trees around, but I have a huge mountain in back of me, and it's like big boulders, and yeah, it's really cool.
That's
Feng
awesome.
Shui wise, it's real cool.
I
Do
like
they have mountain lions there? Mountain lions?
I think someone said we do. I don't have any animals right now because if they went outside, they would probably get eaten by either, I don't know about mountain lions, but definitely coyotes and things like that. You'll see them just tripping down the street with a cat in their mouth, you know. It's like, Fluffy, where's Fluffy? He's become dinner. So anyway, we got rabbits, but it's very peaceful. It gets very windy. And I learned if you have a deck, which I have a deck, and I have a table out there and an umbrella. Rule number 1, up here on this hill, you do not have that umbrella open after about 12 o'clock, or it'll get blown off the deck down in the gully.
Wow.
Seriously.
So next time Robin comes over, give her the umbrella and she can take off like the flying nun.
Well, that's Mary Poppins.
That would be Mary Poppins.
Where we
Sorry.
used to
Mary
hang
Poppins,
glide.
that's right.
Hang gliding.
Mickey was into hang gliding in the early 70s. And we were out here in these mountains hang gliding like fools. In fact, he broke his arm right before he went on tour in Japan. He had a broken arm. Anyway.
Can you imagine Robin jumping off the cliff with 2 umbrellas?
No,
Not really.
not really.
You know
Right, listen, I've got a very special guest coming on now.
Okay.
And I want you all to meet him. Here is Charles Rosenay. Hello, Charles. Come in, Charles.
Hey, guys. Happy 200th anniversary show, Plastic EP. Hi, Robin. Hi, Rich. Hi, Coco. It's
Thank you so much. I just want to say we got the cream of the best guests here. How high can we go in the bar when you got Coco Dolenz?
It's Coco and Loco in the same show. It's amazing.
That's right. Yes.
So your 200th show, that's something.
Yeah, and the great thing is I did it in 4 months. And look at this. I've done a little promo. Watch this. 2 seconds.
It's coming.
Yeah, that'll go forever.
That gold jacket is something.
So that's like 2 shows a day.
I know, right?
No, I did more than 2 shows. Yesterday I've got a new quiz show. You'd love it, Coco. 4 shows. You've got to answer 15 questions. You've got to answer 15 questions. And what I'll do is I've got 5,000 questions here. I'm going to test you guys now and see how you go. How's that?
We already did this earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, but now we've got Coco.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. See who answers first, and you get a point each. All right.
Okay.
Black Knight was recorded by a group called Deep
Purple.
Okay, we'll see. 3 of you got it right, so that's a point each. 1 for Charles, 1 for Robin, and 1 for Rich. So it's 1-1. Next question. Show Me the Way was a 1976 hit for. That's it. You got that, Charles. So you're up 2. Robin 1.
I can't
Rich
hear.
1. All right. We're ready.
Go ahead.
Don't rush to give the answer, because if you give the answer that's wrong, you're out of the question. Okay?
Yeah,
so
I made that mistake earlier, so
don't make the mistake by jumping in thinking you know the answer. All right, here we go.
Say rush. You're not asking rush questions.
All right, here we go. Candida, knock 3 times and tie your
and Dawn. I know that.
It was Dawn. Who said Dawn first?
Me and Robin said it at the same time.
Okay, you get a point each, but you got to keep score now. Because I know we're 3-3-3. Come on, Coco.
All right, we can all do that. We all have 3.
That's right, but I want Coco to come up. So don't answer this
One
question.
Question just for her.
Hey, don't answer this question. I want Coco to answer this question.
Okay.
If anybody else answers, they get a point deducted.
Open up Google. Wait a minute, I didn't hear it.
Let me open up.
I didn't hear it.
All right, you ready? Open up Google. You ready? This is easy. You can use Google, Coco, no problem. All right, here we go.
I'll whisper the answer. I'll whisper.
The Tremolos recorded a song called Silence Is.
The Tremolos recorded a song called what?
Silence is.
You guys
Golden.
are all, seriously, you're all
Silence is what? Golden.
The Four Seasons also recorded it.
That's right.
That's right, Coco. The answer's golden. Well done.
Golden.
Well done.
You
Well
guys
done.
agreed
The answer was golden. Thank you.
Golden.
Yeah, that's it. You're a winner. Chicken dinner. Okay, next one. I Shot the Sheriff was a hit song for who?
Eric Clapton and Bob Marley.
His name's.
I shot the sheriff. I know.
Yeah, you know what? They're all out. I'll give you a clue.
I
Coco.
said
First name is Eric. What's the second one?
Clapton.
Eric Clapton.
That's it. You're a winner. That's 2. Well done, Coco. I don't know how you're doing it. All right.
This game is fixed.
Yeah, I know. We've got to fix it so Coco wins. All
I'll
right,
be
stop
calling
it.
you later, Rich.
Okay.
We got shit on this show. Okay, here we go. Carol Bayer Sager recorded a song, You're Moving Out.
Who sang it?
Carol Bayer Sager. You're moving out.
I know
One
who
word.
she was. Cher.
When are you moving out? Coco, you're right. Today. You're moving out today. Well done, Coco.
Was it really? Not
Yeah, she
right.
got it. I heard it. Now it's 4-4-4.
4-4-4-4.
I think we should ask Rich and Charles. I think they probably, and Robin are going to know a lot
All
more.
right, listen.
I'll just stay here quietly.
No, it's all right. Now listen, last question for the winner. This is the last question. Whoever gets it wins, and no help from me. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Right. Mighty Quinn was a hit song for who?
Man for the Man.
You got it, Charles.
I think that Charles wrote the questions ahead of time. I think.
Well done,
You guys,
Charles.
you guys are,
I thought it was recorded by the sons of the, what is it? Illegitimate sons of the Partridge family. What is it?
Sons of Keith Partridge.
That's it.
illegitimate sons of the party.
Hey, come on, get happy. Come on, let's get happy.
Funny.
That's right.
No
Coco,
more.
did you make-
no
did
more
you
questions.
make
You
David
guys
Preston?
really are.
Let's ask Coco some
Hold
cool
on,
stuff.
I'm hearing every other word.
That's okay.
Can I hear it?
I want to know a question. I have a question. May I
Go
ask
for
a
it.
question? So Coco, you know, I really appreciate, you know, you being the sibling and you have so much talent, right? But I know that I know siblings like Peter's sister, for example. Share a little something interesting from your childhood that relates to some sibling rivalry or a little incident from your childhood. That would be a fun story to share.
Wow.
Do you have any fun little stories from when you were kids of, you know,
Yeah.
just
We made a
being
movie. We made a Mickey made a movie with our little whatever it was in the 50s, and we were up here in Laurel Canyon with our next door neighbor Jan Crawford. I don't know whatever happened to him, and I was in it too. And he made a movie, and it was called The Marbles, and it was about a bad guy, and Mickey was the good guy, and he made a big old dummy and threw it off the cliff because that was the bad guy when he died.
oh wow.
And we filmed the whole thing. I have no idea if he still has it. He's got everything in the world in his studio, so I don't know. But that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of creative stuff going on.
Did you do a lot of acting
In
too?
between the beatings.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I was on Circus Boy twice. They gave me a chance there. I wasn't very good. I was on my dad's show once at Con Monte Cristo. Wasn't very good. Just wasn't my thing, I don't think. And plus, I was a girl. And my father was Italian, or at least European. And I don't know, Robin, if you ever had that in at all. But it was like, girls get married and have kids and, make soup.
Yeah, I'm as far as I know, and I'm sure I have other things, but 100% Italian. So I grew up in Yeah, yeah.
I love Italian food.
I'm sure there were discretions along the way and some other things mixed in, but I've never done that DNA testing because I don't know what they use it for, so I haven't done it. You know, I don't know. Has anybody ever done that?
Humans. They're cloning superhuman.
Yeah, right.
Taking all the DNA.
That's what they're doing. Yeah, they're collecting it all from all those tests.
One of them is enough, you know. I don't know. I am curious.
It's funny because we did ours, and I've been doing a little bit of that. I think it's the age too. When you get over 50, you start thinking about ancestors and who and what, and you know, blah blah blah. So I've been looking into our ancestry as much as I can. I can go into my mother's a lot easier because they were Irish and stuff, and it's, you know, here in America. But my dad was actually born in, at the time was Slovenia, now it's part of Italy. And it's a little harder to find those.
I've got a special guest, Chachi Loprete. He's got the radio show from Massachusetts, Breakfast with the Beatles. And you can tell he's got a great haircut on his head because he hasn't had a haircut.
I haven't had a haircut. Stop that, Charles. No pictures. No pictures.
You?
Hey, I just want to say, may I introduce you to
Please.
Coco, Rich, Robin, and you know me.
Hello to everybody. A pleasure to meet you, Charles, I know, and Mr. EP, I know. And we're part of the whole Plastic EP impresario.
The plastic.
Everyone has a show with Plastic EP.
Okay. Sounds like you guys have a lot of fun.
We do. I'm just really disappointed, Coco, because I went to see that Disney autobiography of you, Coco, and it was a cartoon about some Mexican kid. I was so confused. I was so disappointed.
And he wasn't even Coco. His grandmother was Coco.
I didn't get it. It was so confusing.
Can I sue them for using the name? I don't know if I can or not.
Sure.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Is Coco? Oh, yeah. Is Coco a nickname?
Yeah, it is actually. My real name is Gemma.
Oh, that's right. I knew that. I knew that.
You knew that. Gemma.
I did.
Yeah. And I was given the nickname Coco when I was little, by some drunk on the street or something. I don't know. But it's always kind of stuck.
Pretty good.
Hey,
Coco, I've got one question for you. Coco,
sure.
If you can tell me this,
yeah.
And I think Chachi and Charles would like to know this. When Mickey Dolenz was selected as the drummer for the Monkees and the show started and the mania started, what did you see happen? Like basically, he became a monkey and the world, then it was monkey mania. What was it like at that time being his sister?
Well, when I was living up in the Bay Area at the time, going to the Fillmore and Winterland and all those things. So I wasn't here for the day-to-day, stuff. But I think it was pros and cons. The pros are he's got a new show because he had a show when he was a kid too, so that wasn't that big.
Circus
and he'll even say, yeah, circus play. And he'll even say he didn't realize how big the monkey thing was until he went out one day and tried to go to, the drugstore, and everybody was like, oh, yeah, and he's, oh my God. So there's that. You can get seated in restaurants quicker, But on the other hand, you find a lot of people wanting to be your friend, especially girls, and they're going to be your friend. They just love you to death. And you know why, so I don't trust anybody. I don't trust any of you. So, especially Rich, he's going to run right over to Jody or somebody and tell her every day. Anyway, so it was amazing. It was amazing. No, seriously, it was amazing. It was such a good premise and it was such a good show. And it was like, wow, yay, Mickey's got a job.
Coco, can I ask before the Monkees, who were your big 60s favorites? Were you a big Beatles fan? Did you like a lot of the British groups or the US groups?
I was listening more to Ella Fitzgerald and Gloria Lynn and, you know, a lot of folk music in the early 60s. I didn't really clam on to the Beatles, I think, until I saw Hard Day's Night. You know, and then you just kind of get caught up in the fever of it, you know. I got to see them actually in Los Angeles when they were there. You didn't get to hear them, you got to see them because there was a pitch in the audience like here, where's my camera? And it never went away. It was just, right? So you didn't hear them. So I liked the Beatles. I liked Jefferson Airplane, Janis Joplin, of course. But early on, it was like folk stuff. And then I just started listening to a lot of jazz and blues. And my favorite music actually is classical. How boring is that? So,
Not at all. Not at all.
I'm not bored.
huh?
I love the Monkees. My number one group.
That goes without saying. I mean, come on.
Number one, and I've got to say something, Coco. My number one group of all time, and I'm a first generation fan. The Monkees were on TV in 1967 in Australia, black and white, and I've remained a number one Monkey fan from then till now, and I'm 62 years old.
Well, like I said, it was a great show. The guys were hysterical together. I mean, it was just one of those magic TV things, you know, that they all just worked together. That's why they got hired. You know, they worked so well together, and they had a blast. And I think people, especially during those years, because I remember those years too. Rich doesn't because he's a baby. We needed something like the Marx Brothers. We needed long-haired kids doing cool things and being independent. And I've talked to fans that have said that, you know, it was their retreat. It was something that brought them some joy when, you know, Dad was a drunk and Mom wasn't. You know what I mean? It was like something that they could just dive into and become friends with, and it meant a lot to them. Meant a lot to them.
Exactly.
You know,
Chachi, have you got any questions for Coco?
Right?
Well, I do want to just say one thing. I've been called away, so I have to leave. But I want to just congratulate you for 200 big shows.
Thank you so much, Chachi, for coming on. Much appreciated.
200 big shows.
Congratulations. You know what, guys? I gotta go too, 'cause I've got a 5 o'clock and I'm not in my car yet, and I have to drive about 4 miles. So I'm gonna have to.
Thank you for coming on, Coco. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Great to
Thank
see
you
you,
guys so
Coco.
much. It was great
Thank
fun.
you. I'll call you.
Good to see you.
And Plastic,
Yeah,
I was hoping there would be 3 more guests so I could be the middle square here on Hollywood Squares.
Well, don't worry now. Now we're back to 4. How do we do 4 now? Let's have a look. Watch this. I've never done this before. That's no good.
What happened?
That's no good.
Coco, but black.
That's no good. I think I can move the squares around too now. Look at that. Does it work?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Maybe on your screen, but not here.
I can leave you guys.
No, we want you to stay. What does you want to leave?
Hey,
We
Stay. There's 4 of us now.
5 minutes away from me, but I have to see you.
here. Down there.
For the symmetry. Oh, wow. Robin, you
And
know,
when Coco's still there, it says kick her out of the studio. I think she's gone.
There we
There
go.
you go. It's
Get
there.
her out. Get her out of there.
She's gone.
That was a good guess. I had a feeling you might ask her, Rich. That was my guess.
Now, look, I've got to tell you about Charles Rosenay. Robin, do you know Charles Rosenay?
I do.
of course.
Okay, you know, he said that you looked a bit like Jermaine. What was the sister of Michael Jackson?
Victoria?
I said she looks like Diana Rigg from the Avengers.
Yeah, that was.
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, but before that, I don't want to say anything. You wrote that she looked a bit like what?
Here comes another show of who looks like what.
No, what's Michael's sister again? Janet. That's it.
I never
Yeah.
said that. I said Latoya. I said Latoya, the pretty one.
Oh, sorry. I think you're right. Sorry.
Yes, well.
They're all beautiful. Don't
Talk
worry.
about this all day.
No,
What?
it's great.
I said
I thought your interview,
last week.
Robin, I thought your interview skills are unbelievable. They're out of the world. Seriously, I'm so impressed.
She's a natural.
She's a natural.
I could talk all day long. Who else you got? Bring someone else in here. Let's go.
I'm waiting for Mitch Wiseman to come on.
Yeah, where's Mitch?
Beatlemania.
I haven't seen Mitch in ages. Do you know Mitch, Robin?
I do not. I don't think so.
He was the original Paul in Beatlemania.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever met him.
Great guy.
Can you do me a favor, Charles? While you're sitting there, can you send him a text? I've already sent him a link, if you'd be kind enough.
I think we should interview Charles Rosenay while we're here.
Yeah, we are. That's exactly what we're going to do. I want you to interview Charles and sit back and listen.
Rich has a question. I can just see it on his face.
I do.
Let's go for it.
During the summer of 75, were you, what were you doing?
I was in high school.
Nice. What year did you graduate high school, Charles?
High school.
We don't think about age.
High school. I actually thought you were younger than that.
I did too.
Yeah, see that? I think I'm this guy's age, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think I look 35, but I don't like talking about my age.
I just have a better way.
This is the original plastic EP suit from the 80s. It's a bit tight, but I had to wear it for the 200 show.
Got some holes in it.
And this is an original shirt from the 1987.
I used to have that shirt.
You were there?
No, but I had the shirt.
Oh, it was the show that had Mickey, Peter, Davey, Boyce, and Hart. So epic.
I need a shirt. I don't have a shirt.
You don't have a shirt?
I have a shirt, but I don't have.
There's a shirt coming.
Shirt off his
There's a shirt coming. Can you take his shirt?
We've got nudity in the show now. No shirt, no shoes, no service.
Hey, I think we just lost our fans.
Getting a little risque.
I was going to put this on eBay anyway tomorrow.
There you go.
I do have a question. Rosenay with 3 exclamation points.
Yes.
What is up with the 3 exclamation points?
So the honest answer is that I was an art student in college, and I wasn't very good. And the professor said, look, you have to do something that will set you aside. Come up with something. You come up with something that makes you distinctive. You come up with your own style, and I will, give you an A. And I started signing all my paintings with 3 exclamation marks. And he called me a D head, and he said, I'm giving you an A, but you have to stick with those 3 exclamation marks the rest of your life. I want you to sign everything with that. And I did. And that's the honest answer. I've given a lot of crazy cockamamie answers that haven't been true about that. But that's the real reason. Since college, I've kept the 3 exclamation marks. And Facebook doesn't allow it. So
we have to come up with something for you. If Charles Rosenay has 3 exclamation points, I think that Rich, you should sign your name with an asterisk on each side.
What about a square?
What about a dartboard?
We can do that.
I like the dartboard better.
That's good.
Spear.
That's good. I like that.
Or turn the T, maybe turn the T into a dart with the dartboard.
Oh, I used to do that when I was little. I put like an arrowhead on the T, crossing the T. Then my teachers yelled at me.
My daughter designed a great logo for our DJ company, Liverpool Productions. The I is a microphone, and the 2 L's, the 2 O's in Liverpool are the turntables.
Oh, nice. That's
cool.
We love cheesy stuff like that.
Now, Charles, I've got to ask you, when you look at this picture, do I look like Grandpa?
Yes, you do look like Grandpa, and I think that if they ever do the Munsters again, you've got a job. It's like.
And what about Robin? What about Robin as Lily Munster?
Nah, not so much.
What about now Rich as Pat Priest or
Marilyn?
Wait, what are you in that? Who are you supposed to be?
Marilyn.
Yeah, what's the name of the actress? The name of the character?
Pat Priest.
Well, there was two Marilyns.
That's
yeah,
right.
we know that. But what I'm saying is that Carol. That's right, Marilyn. That's right, Marilyn. That's the word I'm looking for.
I'd love to see a better graphic of Batman and Robin with Plastic and Robin.
I said that.
Oh,
You
that's
have to cut
good.
their heads out and make them fit.
Yeah. And Rich could be like
Alfred.
the Riddler.
Yeah, the Riddler. He looks like a Riddler. Exactly. I'll try and do that.
The Joker. The Joker.
The
Oh,
joke.
yeah.
You are funny, right?
Yeah, I tried it.
You just have to adopt kind of a creepy smile.
Right.
But if we go by Plastic's era, it's got to be the Adam West and
Right.
Burt
66
Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's got to be 66,
True.
Batman.
And Rich can't be Cesar Romero, so that doesn't work.
No, I don't have the
No,
mustache.
it's got no mustache. No.
And I'm not a good Frank Gorshin.
You know,
Who is the bookworm? Roddy McDowell. I could be the bookworm.
yeah, that's right. You look like a bookworm. You're a shoo-in.
I love that. What kind of kid were you in school, Rich? Tell me about you as a kid in school.
I was very shy.
You were? I don't believe you.
In high school, I was a total moron, idiot. But before that, I was shy and quiet and kept to myself. But in high school, I was kind of a jokester, goofy kid.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I was very shy. I didn't really speak until college much.
Yeah.
And I decided that I needed to change my personality. So I actually took an acting class and I was terrible. I sucked at it. But I think I could do it now, right? It just
did a great job.
You know, but at the time I needed to come out. Then they had us do all these weird things, like you had to act like an animal, and it was very hard for me, right? And then I just now I don't care what anybody thinks. This is it.
That's it. That's the way to be.
Yeah, but that's the way when you go to the top. That's how you have to be. You're comfortable with everything around you and yourself. That's great.
This is who I am, and that's how it is.
Were you in any productions?
Was I what?
In any productions?
No,
Like,
you know, that's on my list. That's on my bucket list. I have not, but that has been my plan. I want to do something like that. I think
You just said you played Morticia Adams in something. You told us last week.
I'm going to play more. That's right. That was like a little skit in a high school where I was teaching that they were having us do something for the students. It was just a tiny thing. Yeah, no, little MCs of little shows, but nothing more than that, really. Yeah,
but nothing as big as this show?
Nothing as big as the 200th Plastic EP anniversary.
You've made it.
200th.
Guys,
we have arrived. We are on the show.
We should ask Plastic, what was your favorite guest? What was your least favorite guest?
Yeah.
Tell us some of your highlights of the past 200 shows, which took place over the past 2 weeks.
No, 4 months.
4 months.
Your favorite guests were us.
Yes. Yes.
My favorite guest, quite frankly, was all of you guys, and Chachi too, and Michael, and Mitch Wiseman, also Sean Weiss. I mean, it's endless. I mean, I just interviewed now Jenny Boyd.
That was a great one.
That was a good one.
Great
and,
one.
I watched some of
Susie
that.
Quattro, that was a beauty. I was asking her about her English garden at the back, and she turns around and says, "No, I'm American, and I'm talking about her backyard."
Plastic, how did you get into interviewing? Like, what led you to this? It's your 200 show. What brought you to interviewing?
Okay, well, what happens is I wasn't able to appear in the world until the technology was there. I was doing music all my life from 1981. That's why I amassed 2,000 songs. And my songwriting partner died 2 years ago. So I had my wife in the band. She was in it like 25 years and she's still in it. And I said, "Do you have to drum? I need a drummer." She goes, "Sure." And then the joke was I never told anyone for 25 years and I can't keep a secret. So for years and years, it used to be I'm upstairs writing songs with Wally and I'd be going, "Hey, Mrs. Plastic EP, can I have a cup of tea? Hey, Mrs. Plastic EP, this, whatever." Anyway, the thing is, it wasn't until this year that the technology allowed me to appear. So I appeared, and the goal was I did 100 interviews, and I thought, okay, can I go to 200, and can I do it like in 4 months?
In 4 months.
And thank you so much that I'm here, and I'm sharing this moment with yourselves, because to me, it's a milestone. Whatever goes from here, so be it. But you know what? 200 interviews. I was up day, night, day, and I'm lucky to be here because I was nearly killed in a car accident that a lot of people don't know. Yeah. From doing interviews, I went somewhere pre-pandemic, right? And I was in a turn. I came down and I was turning to the right and I had someone with me, and my eyes closed and I fell asleep in the turn. And that's why my friend didn't scare me, and he said something, and I woke up. And I'm in the turn, and I'm all right. You know, like, you know, I realise how fragile life is, and it only takes a second. And if I ever do any 4 a.m. or 2 a.m. interviews, I don't drive. You know, I make sure I don't go long distances because it's a lesson in life. Don't take anything for granted because that's how fragile life is. That's all I want to say.
Well, you actually fell asleep and you weren't talking?
No, I was asleep. I was like this at the wheel. And going into an 80-kilometre turn, and lucky my friend was awake and watching me, and he was going to grab the wheel, but he didn't want to scare me. But he said my name, and I woke up, and as I woke up, I'm in the turn, and I did the turn, and we're all right.
Wow. You're lucky, very lucky.
Yeah, but you know what? This is what life is. You're here one day, you got to embrace life every minute of the day. And also, Charles, I've got to say something. You're going to like this, Robin and Rich. Charles has got a big event happening on the 9th of October, right? It's called Remembering Lennon, Imagine 80, and it's in Connecticut, in Norwalk. I want you to tell them about it because it's going to be virtual, and you guys should join in and watch it. You'd love it. Tell us a bit about it, Charles.
Well, it was originally planned for the Norwalk Concert Hall, but they've told me that we can't have it because of social distancing. We were going to space the rows. We were going to sanitize every seat. And it's just, we can't do it because probably the event was planned for the Norwalk Concert Hall, which is a town facility. And that was a mistake having it there, I guess. But anyway, we're going to find out tomorrow how to do the link. And we're still going to go forward with the concert. But maybe this was better. Maybe it was meant to be. And we'll hopefully open it internationally so that people can watch it through whatever press of the button, however it's done. We're getting all those plans worked out, and it'll be on the website, www.rememberlennon.com. It'll still be called Imagine 80. It'll still be sort of a representation of what John might have done in concert if he was still alive. You know, Paul goes out, Ringo goes out. God, if John was with us, maybe he'd be doing the same thing. So this is a mixture of old Beatle tunes, Lennon solo stuff, Plastic Ono Band, the whole career in concert form by an amazing Beatle impersonator, Lennon impersonator by the name of Scott Arch from a Beatlemania group. And we're going to announce as soon as we get everything lined up how people can watch it. Thank you for allowing me to talk about that. And hopefully it'll still go on October 9th, which would have been John's 80th birthday.
Nice.
That's fun. That's cool. Very cool.
Also, if I may mention, you're going to like this, Robin. I went on the internet yesterday, and there's a virtual show, and this lady's going to take you to Italy on the Amalfi Coast. So you know how we can't leave our homes.
Yes, I do.
My wife are going to watch this virtual tour. I suggest you watch it too. It's going to be all the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and you don't have to leave your house or spend a cent. Great is that, Rich? You can take your wife on an Italian holiday without leaving your house.
That's where my ancestors are from, the Amalfi Coast.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
Dart is a very big Italian name, as you can tell.
It's not like Dartolini or something like that.
D'Artagnan.
Well, it was
Donatello.
My dad used to work in the linguine mines over there. So.
I love that.
My mom's Italian. My mom's maiden name's Cavaiolo, and they're from the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, my people came from Bologna and Gioia.
Oh, nice. So you're
Yeah.
full of baloney.
Full of baloney.
Very happy.
Transylvania.
You forget it. Full of
Well, my parents came from northern Greece.
Really?
Really?
Yes, I've been to Greece 4 times, America 4 times, and
I
I've got to tell you,
3 times. He
4
just
times.
Did you go to America since we've been on the show one more time?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
You
I've
said
physically went there 4 times, and I'm here there now at the moment.
he's counting being in America with us. That's what it is.
No, I've made 4 trips to America, paid money, got in an airline, and flown there.
And not once did you visit.
So I've been to Australia once right now. Oh no, twice. Last week and this week right here.
There you go. That makes 4
I'm not
times.
talking virtual. I'm talking real.
Down under.
4 trips, and you didn't come to the state we're all in. What's up with that?
What is wrong? Why didn't you come here? Right? We want to know.
Well, there's a guy, he's in another country. Where is it? Slovenia or something. And he shows me a bed in the back, right, of this lounge room. And it's a fold-out bed. And he said to me, if you come, this is waiting for you. And I said, well, if you see my wife and I riding donkeys from Greece coming down your street, you know that we've arrived.
That's a sight. That's something I'm imagining right now.
Incidentally, that's the same way you'd get around in Connecticut. So
Can I
Right.
say something?
We
You know that
all
Borat movie?
right.
You know that Borat movie? The one where the kid's in the car and it shows the kid driving the car. And then all of a sudden, you see the donkey towing the car.
No. What movie is that?
That's a Borat movie.
Oh, Borat movie.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yes.
The kid's in the car, the little kid is driving, and Borat's in the back seat waiting to go to America. And then you see the kid driving, and then they show the camera with a donkey pulling the car along. I mean, that's traveling in storage. I can see you on tour doing that. And Robin, put it this way.
Travel.
Imagine your wedding with a car and a donkey towing you down to the village. It's like unbelievable.
Can imagine that. That would have been something.
You never know what the record is.
Forget the limousine. Get a donkey. Right?
Well, it must be
Rent a donkey.
but the donkey pulls it.
Did you get married in Bologna?
No. No, I got married in Connecticut.
But they had bologna at the wedding.
That's
Is there a lot of bologna in Bologna?
no, but I will say this.
Oh, they had bologna. Sorry.
For lunch every day growing up, and this is just what I actually was quite poor growing up. We didn't have a lot of money. But for whatever reason, my mother packed me a bologna sandwich every day, and I threw it promptly in the trash, which was wasteful, and I'm not proud of that, but it was disgusting. I do not, I'm not saying that if you like bologna, power to the people. I just don't like it. It's like this mysterious.
I used to have it when I was a kid.
Did you eat it as a kid, Rich?
I did. You know what? We would, for like a dinner some night, because we didn't have a lot of money either. So for dinner some nights, my mom made fried bologna.
Fried bologna. And the only thing worse than cold bologna
It's fried bologna.
fried bologna.
That's a lot of bologna. What do you want to say, Charles? That's a lot of bologna.
I wanted to say this is so cool that it's your 200th show and your 3 guests right here are all from Connecticut, right?
Yeah. That's right.
And I wanted to say that you reached a milestone here in a very short period. I mean, you probably can get into the Guinness Book of World Records with 200 shows in a few months. Now, are you going to try to beat that for the next 200 shows? You're going to try to do more, or are you going to take it easy? Now I reached a milestone. I'll just do 1 show a day instead of 4 shows a day. What is it going to be?
300 by next week.
Sorry, Robin, I'll let you talk first.
No, 300 by next week. That's what I want
No.
to say.
I've got to slow it down now, all right, because I think it's taking a toll on my brain. I gotta let my brain catch up with my body.
I say we go for 300 by the end of the month.
By Monday.
No, I can't. And it's also now, I'm a bit fussy who I want to interview as well now. That's come into play now.
Obviously. I mean, look who you got.
You can't help but look. I'd love Raquel Welch to come on, or Bridget Bardot, or like you know who I'd really like. I'm a big fan of Elvis's movie Viva Las Vegas.
And Margaret.
I married my wife because she looks like Anne Margaret.
Nice.
How about
married Anne Margaret?
You know what's missing?
Too young. So my wife looked like Anne Margaret. Sorry.
She does, but these are all women.
Yeah, that's all right.
Give equal time.
Over 80.
Like, what about like, I don't know, say.
I'll tell you what. I want to get Harry Wayne Casey from Casey and the Sunshine Band, so we can go boogie shoes, and I can get a trumpet and get an afro and start with the trumpet while he comes on. That's something I want to do.
That is something that I would like to
We'll work on that. We'll work on Casey.
We're still working on Casey. I'm still waiting on Casey. Hey, Casey, if you're out there, Harry, anywhere, and I've sent emails to your PR people, you'd think they'd write back, but they don't. You're obviously too busy singing, but Plastic EP wants to get you on the show.
I got a little worried because I misheard you. I thought you said John Wayne Gacy at first.
No, I said Harry Wayne Casey. Casey and the Sunshine Band.
He's your number one want right now, yeah.
Yeah, he's my number one, but I also got something very important to say that not many people know. But I'm going to try and get one of the village people on so I can go YMCA.
Excellent. Which one?
Sorry. There's a confidential clause.
The cowboy.
He's just going to ask one of us to dress like the village people.
No, it's the cowboy.
You know what? You can do a Robin.
Who do you want to
continue interviewing me? Ask me some more questions.
Ask me some more questions.
Ask you some more.
Okay.
Rich can do it. He wants.
So I got who you want to interview. Okay. But besides that, sky's the limit. If you could get any other person on this show, like besides who you just mentioned, top, like no restrictions, you could get a hold of anybody, who would it be?
Blondie, Deborah Harry.
Deborah Harry, nice.
Really?
Can you do it for me? Can you hook me up?
Can I hook you up with Deborah Harry?
Please, because you've got celebrity status now. And coming from you being in PR and being Peter Talk's personal assistant, you can go far, right?
There you go. You have all the connections.
And you know what? It might only take you 5 minutes to send an email, but you know what? Sometimes you need someone's in the know like yourself.
Rich, we can get Clem Burke. No, I think we can hook him up through him.
I can find out. Clem might be that. I know Clem.
Yeah, we'll work on it for you.
Yeah. Deborah Harry, she's my ultimate. Deborah Harry's my ultimate. And I don't want to say any more, right? But having Coco Dolenz on tonight, that was a whole lot of my life there. Mickey Dolenz, Mike Nesmith, you know they're my other two too. All right, I'm not going to compete Deborah Harry against Mickey and Mike, okay?
Have all three on at the same time.
No, I don't want them on the same time. I want Deborah Harry to myself.
Oh, see, Rich, if Deborah Harry comes on, we can't be.
He can't be on. He wants her all to.
Oh, no, you can be on. If you can get her on this show, that's okay. I've got no problem with that. She can be the fourth square.
What, we're kicking Charles out of that one now?
Yeah,
Charles, you're out.
That's it. I'm not getting you Paul McCartney now. Forget it. You need to forget it.
I love
the singer, Paul McCartney, the fish man.
What about that song, I'm the Eggman? We'll get the Eggman from Liverpool to come on.
Okay. Well, there's certainly, you have a lot lined up for 300 to happen by next Monday or Tuesday or whatever.
It won't happen by Monday and Tuesday. I'll be asleep. As soon as it's over, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
You're going to sleep.
Catch up. My body's not the same.
It's daytime over there.
You're talking to a 62-year-old man now.
You're young.
No, success came to me at the end. Success came to me now, like 4 months ago. It's amazing.
Yeah, so look, here's the way I see it. You
Please.
almost bit the dust. You know, do you have that saying in Australia? I don't know.
Yeah, another one bites the dust by Queen.
You know it by Queen, right? So you almost bit the dust in a car accident. Well, you didn't. So you have now arrived. You have a second chance, and you can do whatever you want. That's what
What about we are the champions of the world? How's that?
That's right.
We are the champions.
Who was going to sing it? I knew it.
Can you sing a bit?
No.
Well, let me put it to you another way. Friends like Charles Rosenay, you don't need anyone else. That guy, I got to speak for him. He's a live wire. The guy's a live wire. He's the only one I know that does things with me live on the net on his phone while he's at a pool. The guy's he's like, creme.
That's scary right there. Don't get the phone in the pool. Just saying.
When he's interviewing people, I try to feed him funny lines.
Nice.
Nice. I like that. You're like the Cyrano de Bergerac of plastic EP world.
There you go.
Okay. If you watch his interviews, and once in a while he'll do this, look. you can't see his eyes, but he's reading my comments. Then he'll back up and he'll go. And you know he's laughing silently at my comments.
No, we don't get to see comments. Were there any comments? What have you got?
I got some comments now. Hang on.
Let's answer a listener mail.
Charles, tell them about the drive-in movies you do. They want to know about your drive-in movies.
Oh, so we did a summer drive-in series in Ansonia, Connecticut. And we had the first night, we did Ghostbusters. Then we did A Hard Day's Night. We did Creature from the Black Lagoon. And this coming weekend, we're doing Indiana Jones with Grease as an encore night. But they all sold out. We did socially distanced, only 50 cars. It sold out within like 10 hours when we posted it. So I haven't really promoted it. But I think it's George from Ansonia who mentioned it. He came on the night that we did A Hard Day's Night, and we showed some monkey trailers, including Head and some other cool stuff, as a treat to him before the Hard Day's Night movie.
Nice.
so hello,
that was George. You got ESP there. What movie would you like to see, Robin, with your husband?
You know, we try to figure out movies, and we end up spending like an hour arguing over what movie to watch.
What about Sound of Music? How's that sound?
What?
Sound of Music. You and your husband go and see a movie, driving. Sound of Music.
Drive-ins are big. We actually have one, you know, in the area. And so my daughters and all the area graduations were at the drive-in movie theater this year. It was an interesting experience sitting in your car watching your child graduate from college on the screen, you know, little videos. But no, you know, I don't know. I'm always looking for movies, and we're always arguing because he wants to watch some like shoot 'em up kind of movie, and I want to watch something either funny or, you know, a good story. And so it's not easy to pick. Rich,
I got to say, in Australia, in the 60s, when you went to the drive-in, it was how many people you could hide in the boot of the car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rich, what movie you recommend? A pizza documentary, perhaps?
Yes, the pizza documentary is a very good one.
Pizza documentary.
Flipping me. What's the name of it?
Pizza, A New Haven Love Story or something?
New Haven Love Story. It's a great documentary about New Haven pizza.
I love New Haven pizza.
My friends
There's nothing like it. I don't eat gluten anymore, but that's the thing I dream of. New Haven.
But modern pizza in New Haven has a gluten-free pizza.
It does, and I eat it.
Yes, it's very good. And I'm dairy-free too, so I bring my fake cheese, and they'll put on the fake cheese for me.
Oh, we should have pizza sometime, Rich. We could, you know, have a gluten-free pizza, and you could have your fake dairy stuff on half.
Fake cheese on it. Yeah.
I like
Now,
that.
listen, guys, I know you're all dead tired. It's been a long day, and I know you got better things to do. I can't thank you enough for celebrating.
No, another 2 hours. No.
We're going to go another 2 hours.
We did that. That was pretty good.
That was 2 hours.
We
That
have
was
to
fun.
save stuff. We're going to be on next week, right?
We are. Now, you're going to organise the guest, aren't you, Robin?
Right, it's your turn. Your turn.
I have some ideas.
Please. Now, has anyone else got something to add before we go?
I
Yeah.
want to say
Wait, Robin. I want you to get Annie on the show with Peter, with Plastic.
Oh, that'd be great.
that's a tough thing to do.
All right.
But
That's your challenge.
but I thought you were letting me pick for next time. It's
Yes.
supposed to be a surprise. Maybe I can't tell you
That's the thing. We can't tell. It has to be.
Yeah, it's a secret. Who's Annie?
because that's
She makes good mac and cheese.
that is a sister, just like you had another sibling of a monkey on today. He's trying to get another sibling of a monkey. A sibling of a monkey, that sounds a little strange.
Hey,
right?
can I ask you, did Mike Nesmith ever show you his Jimmy Choo shoes?
No, I don't really know. I mean,
Robin wasn't
Hey,
around
Rich.
when the
Rich,
story.
have you ever carried Mike's Jimmy Choo shoes around?
No, I've never carried them. No.
I'm glad you didn't actually like ride up on a donkey and carry
Yeah, that's right.
shoes.
Well, I did ride up on a donkey, but I didn't get to carry the shoes.
Hey, listen, can I ask you something quickly? This is the last thing we're going to do. I don't know if you've done this. Have you got a piece of paper and a pen?
I can get one.
Okay,
I've got
get
it.
it, and we'll quickly do this and see if I'm online.
I'm in my
Have you
white
seen this
box,
before,
but-
Charles, or not?
What?
Charles, have you seen this exercise before?
Tell me,
Okay, we're going to do it now as soon as she comes.
can I do it on my phone or I need a piece of paper?
Get a piece of paper because you have to count to 10.
You can't count to 10 on your phone.
All right, here we go. We're going to do this before we leave. You're going to love it. All right, I
Okay.
want you I'll just wait for him. Do not tell me the answer, whatever you do, and I'll see if I'm correct. All right,
feel
good. Well
nervous.
done. Take a seat. And people at home, please play this game too. All right, I want you to write a number down from any number from 1 to 100. Write down and do not tell me the number.
You're not going to guess this number, are you?
Can you please write the number down?
I did.
No
1 to
talking.
100, excellent. Now, I want you to double the number.
Okay. Do I have to write that down too?
Of course, write down whatever, as long as you stay with me. You got that? You write your number, you double your number. You there so far? Okay, add 100 to the number.
Add 100?
Yeah, add 100.
You're going to get I think okay.
Yeah, I
All
think
right, I
I know.
want you to halve that number in half.
This is
Not
hard.
quite half
on the
it, university, but half that number. You with it?
Yes, I'm with it.
Okay, take away the number you first thought of.
Wait a minute. Take away the number I first thought of. Okay.
Yeah.
Go. Got it.
Now write down that number on a piece of paper, and I'm going to write the number, what the answer should be if I've done it correctly.
Got it.
We've done it
All right,
correctly.
just give me 5 seconds.
You've done it correctly. It's a matter of whether or not you have.
I'm going to say the number.
Okay.
Right? Just going to do my working out. Wait, double.
Rich, give him a drum roll. Plastic copper.
Okay, if I'm correct, your answer should be 50.
50.
Yay!
You should have made it to be 200. That would have been very fitting.
I could do that. I could do that. But don't worry about it. I want to say, from the Plastic EP, Robin and Rich Show, we love you guys. Thank you so much, Charles, for being on. Thank you, Chacha Loprete, and our special guest star, thanks to Rich, which was Coco Dolenz. We thank you very much. We're going to take you out now with our new theme song. There she is again. Thank you. There we are again. Thank you. Take a bow. And we're going to take you out with our new theme song. And I can't thank you guys enough. It's a Plastic EP. Yeah.
Don't do it yet. There's going to be a new Facebook page that Plastic EP is going to launch. Make sure you like it and share it. So
yeah, of course. We're going to get that going now. So from everybody, we love you, including you too, Charles. Here's the song before we go. And if you guys want to stay there just for 2 minutes off the show, we will. Here we go.